Hi there everyone, welcome back to Dandelion Delphi tutorials. Today we're going to look at how we could use code to change the properties of our objects on the forms. When we are asked to make a change to, let's say for example, an edit box or a form, it means that the edit box will receive a value. So therefore the name of the object must be on the left of the assignment statement. So the code will always start with the name of the object. But you know that we can't use an object on its own because Delphi is not sure which of the many properties you want to refer to. So the object name will always be followed by a dot and then the property you want to make a change to. If you're unsure how to code, you can always use your form to guide you as to what code to use. So let's say I was asked to change the top property of the edit called EDT name. I will click on this object, the edit, and now I can see it says edit there in my object inspector. And my code will then start with the name EDT name, a dot, and then I will look to see what is the property called for top, and here it is just simply dot top. So my code will be EDT name dot top, and this line here represents your assignment statement. So here I will put an assignment statement, and on the right I can see there's a number. So then I will code it using a number on the right of the assignment statement without any quotes. If this change had to be made in Form on Activate, I will go to my Form on Activate and the code will simply be the name of the object dot top is assigned to 20. Let's say I had to make a change to the button summary and I had to disable it. So I click on the button summary and then I see my code needs to start with btn summary dot and then I look for the property enabled assigned to, that's my line. And on the right, I can see here is a true. So if you have a true or a false on the right, it means that you have to enter true or false, also without quotes. So here's the code to disable this button. I set the enabled property to false. I can also make a button or an image or an edit invisible by setting the visible property to false. And if I would like it to show, I will set the visible property to true. We are also often asked to make changes to the font of certain objects. So let's take the label as an example. I've been asked to change the font size of the label to 12. Now, if I click on my label, I see my code has to start with LBL surname dot font, but you can see there's a little plus there. And if you click on the plus, you'll see more sub properties underneath the font property. So now we need another dot. So my code will be LBL surname dot font dot size is assigned to, and I will put the 12 there on the right. So my code will look like this, where I have the name of the object, dot font, and then under font I have another property, dot size assigned to 12. So you can see under font there are many other properties to be set. You will also see that there is a dot styles property, and if you click on the plus, there are even more options in here. So for properties where you see the little plus, you will then have two dots there to indicate which property it is that you want to change, like for example the font color or the font size. You will see under the font color that if you click on the little drop down menu there, you will find all these different colors that you can use to change the color of either the background color of a panel maybe, or even the font color. You will see before the name of the color, there is a CL in front of it. There's actually code being written behind this, and it's a function that we can use to change the color. If you see a prefix like this, CL, or maybe with bold and italics and underline, you have FS, make sure that you add the code here on the right of the assignment statement without any quotes around it, or your code will not run. If you have a look at the Object Inspector where we have a font, you will also find a style. And here is my assignment statement, and on the right of my assignment statement I need to put square brackets. So my code is going to read EDT input dot font dot style is assigned to, and on the right I have square brackets. Then putting the code of what I need to use, if it's bold or if it's italics, inside of these square brackets. You can list more than one style using one set of square brackets and just separating them with a comma. To clear or remove a style, you will just assign .font.style to the square brackets with nothing in between, and that will clear it from any styles that was applied before. When you want to make a change to the font name, for example, you will see that there's just a word on the right in the Object Inspector. No character precedes it like the FS or the CL that we had before. So if you see something like that, add your inverted commas around that word. So to change a font name, so that's our font type in Word, we will have the name of the object, .font, .name is assigned to, and in inverted commas we put the name of the font type. Make sure you spell the font name correctly. You can have a look at how it is spelled by clicking on the drop-down menu next to name and seeing how it is spelled in your Object Inspector. You are now ready to practice on your own by doing the activity coding objects. Thank you for watching Dandelion Delphi tutorials. Hope to see you soon.